Hi, Evil Beer.
Hi.
Have you heard the news?
Oh yeah.
Poor Pharaoh.
Poor Pharaoh.
Poor Pharaoh.
Poor Pharaoh.
Poor Pharaoh.
And poor us.
What do you mean, poor us?
You know, the Pharaoh is going to choose his successor.
And has he chosen?
No, not yet. He has to choose among one of us.
It's gonna be me. I'm the oldest.
No, it's gonna be me. I'm the youngest.
No, it's gonna be me. I'm the oldest. I have more wisdom, you know. I mean, I got a lot of...
But you kissed his daughter without permission.
I kissed... Of course I did that! The old fart never suspected that. It was a lot of fun. But who cares? The old fart is just...
What did you do to my daughter? You were the one who took a feel-good ceremony.
I'm happy to see that you're doing very well.
I feel great. I hereby declare you a slave forever. And ever. Evilbeard will be my successor. Guards, take him to the pyramids. Guards, take him away.
Welcome back to ITeachHerSheWins for another episode with our exclusive Italian guest, big brain, Antonio aka the Evil Beer.
Hi everybody.
Today it's our first review of a German game. I'm honestly excited. I don't know if so. What is the name of the game?
The game is Sailing Towards Osiris.
Or like you would say, Osiris.
Osiris.
That's what the Italian would say. But maybe the Americans say Osiris, but we say Osiris. By whom?
By Daily Magic Games, designed by David Mackenzie, and art by Dennis Martinez.
Okay. Daily Magic Games, at least that's the first German game of Daily Magic Games we came across. Normally they do other type of games, mostly card games. So it's a first. Let's see what it's like. So first of all, the art, the components.
Okay.
So German game. I'm guessing there are tokens.
Yeah, of course.
In case you guys can't see that. The quality of the tokens to start with.
They are very high quality tokens.
Top notch, baby, top notch.
The meeples are very well done.
Yep.
And for instance, there are the little master laborer.
Because you see the meeples are divided in laborers and master laborers. And the master laborers, like you were saying,
little white marks that for the clothes that denote the fact that they are masters.
they're dressed up.
Yeah.
And what about the monuments, for instance?
The monuments are very nice. The resources are not the usual cubes, but they look like the resource they are supposed to be.
Yeah, grain token, brick token, and stone token, and you can actually see that.
Yeah.
And like he was saying, the monuments are pretty well done too. They are divided in sphinx, obelisk, and pylon, and you can see the difference also in size, which is very helpful through the game. Like he was saying, laborers are divided in regular laborer and master laborers. The board, do you think is clear?
Yeah, it's very clear. It's very self-explaining.
Yeah.
You can easily see, for instance, what resources you need to build each type of structure.
It's true, each type of monument. So not only is clear to see where you can place stuff, what is gonna get you if you place it there, where to place laborers, buildings, but it's also clear the various actions as they are drawn in the board. So
you don't need to read the instruction for each action. You just see the board and you know it.
Not only that, what other components are there?
We have some cards.
Cards! Alright, and there are two types of cards.
Oh yeah. We have.
Which one do you want to start with?
Let's start with the city cards.
City cards! First of all, the art, because here we actually have drawings here. Of, I would say, laborers, right? Laborers?
Yeah, there are laborers. For instance, there's the overseer, the peddler.
His favorite card. Why is overseer his favorite card? Do you like the juicy ability?
Of course, you can basically move one laborer and use it in another place of the map.
You take a work you just play, you or somebody else's place and replace it again. Pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's good.
And then there is another type of card, the boom cards. Players have the same 5 boom cards, and they give a twist to the game, a juicy twist. And each season, which are the rounds, you'll see the game is structured in 4 rounds. Each round is a series of turns between players, so very fast interaction, your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn. When we both pass or withdraw, is the end of the season. Each season you can use each player can use only 1 boom card, and not a boom card that has already been played by another player. So if this turn I decide to use the boon of Anubis, nobody else can use the boon of Anubis this turn, and I screw you guys. Ha! So that's another component. They're pretty cool too. Yeah. The drawings actually represent the actual god or goddess that we are referring to. And there is a screen. A screen, because the game is based on secrecy. You don't know how much resources your opponent has, what type of laborers has, unless you are the regent, and I'll get there in a second, unless you are the first player. And so, high quality of the components. I guess well, no, we should categorize the game. So
yeah, of course it's a German. We say that. Worker placement, of course. And you have to manage your resources, your cards.
True. There's also a component, a small but important component of cards management, for those of you out there who like card management.
And you have a few but relevant options to win, because you can you score points by building monuments, but you can score a sequence of monuments one near the other,
adjacent to another.
Adjacent.
Yeah.
So you get extra points.
Yes.
So you have to think if you want to build a sequence of monuments, or you want to build where the pharaoh's barge is.
Yeah. So variable strategies and options, right? And how many players does he play?
2 to 5.
Perfect. What would you see? What do you think is the time, the average time?
Maybe half an hour for player.
Yes. Yes. At least for us, I would say, yeah, 30 minutes per player. So if it's a 2-player game, like the one we just had, it destroyed me. Damn it, ITeachHerSheWins! And it took us around an hour. Maybe more experienced player take less, maybe longer, but that's pretty much accurate. And that's, we'll get to that later. Also, the beauty of this game is not one of those, at least for us, super heavy, long Germans. You don't need 5 hours to play Sailing Toward Osiris. The rules, it's another beauty of each game that I had the opportunity to review from Daily Magic Games. There are many options, many rules, but everything is simple, it's fairly simple, it's right there. So, the goal of the game is to get the most glory points at the end of a 4-round game, or 4 seasons game. You get points by and only by building monuments in a certain way, with certain combination, or there is another possibility by taking 1 regent bonus that gives you an extra glory point. So there are other ways, but the core of the game, the goal is to build as many monuments as possible in the better shape as possible. How you do that? By gathering resources, spending resources. How do you gather resources? By placing your laborers or master laborers on the board. And of course there are many other actions and options. The theme is very strong. The pharaoh is dead. We gotta find who's gonna be the new pharaoh. So the pharaoh barge tokens move along the rivers, signing the passage of of seasons. At the end of the 4th season, whoever has the most glory point wins. Not only that, the beauty of this pharaoh's token moving along the river also signs the parcels of lands in which you can place regular laborers, while the master laborers can be placed anywhere else. I'm sorry. So it's also very strategic. Okay, first round, first season, the token, the pharaoh token is there, so I can play my regular workers only in this area. As the game develops, I get more options. So it's very strong, the theme. going to the components, like he said, city cars. City cars have two options. You can discard them and take the resources they indicate on the upper left, or use their unique juicy ability. On your turn, as I said, the first play is called the regent, the other are the governors. Being the regent is vital. Why? Because at the beginning of the turn, the regent draws, depending on the number of players. In a 2 players game, you draw 3 random, because the laborers are drawn random from a bag. You draw 3 laborers, blah, blah, blah. You pass them to the other players. When they're done, there are some left in the bags. The regent put all but 2, still randomly, in the laborers pool, where players will be able with an action to get extra laborers. And leaves there 2 and looks at those 2 workers. So the regent has the option to know exactly what other players might have. At least in a 2-player games, I see exactly what I have, what's in the bag, what's in there. I'm understanding what you have there. So it's important in the regent. How you become the regent, aside from the first turn, is assigned randomly. The first player to withdraw, to pass on a turn, not only gets a juicy bonus among 5 options, 4 on the second round, of course, 3rd and so on, because that once they're selected, they cannot be used anymore. But it also is the first player next turn. So there is another component. When do I withdraw? On your turn, you can do 1 of 10 actions. Aside from withdrawing, passing, in exchange, if you are the first one to get the bonus and being the first player next turn, you can harvest resources by placing a laborer according to certain rules into a parcel of lands and taking exactly what the parcel of land tells you you can take, the type and how many resources. Then you can visit a city, action 2. You place a laborer on a city of any kind and level, there are no rules here, on a city, and you get to draw 2 cards, 2 city cards, take one and give another one to your own opponent. On a 2-player game, and I like this because it's a German game that is also good for 2 players, on a 2-players game you can discard the other card, you don't give it to your opponent, and you get a grain token. However, in this game, at any time, players can bargain, negotiate, trying to bribe. So I'm like, I'm gonna discard this and get a grain token, unless, of course, you give me 2 bricks tokens. You know, you see how it can go. Then, 3rd action, play a city card. You can play a city card, as I told you, either to get the resources that the card provides you, or the unique abilities. 4th action, you can play a boon card, which I told you gives a twist, applies for the rest of the season. Other players cannot play that one, and you can only play 1 per round. 5th action, you can plan a building, a monument. There are 3 types of monument: Sphinx, obelisk, and pylon. Sphinx can be placed, they're easier to build, but they can be placed only on parcels of land that provide no more than 2 resources. Obelisk can be placed on parcels of lands that provide no more than 3 resources, and pylon also on cities. So the bigger the better, and of course the more expensive, and that's planning a monument. Another option is placing the monument that you have planned, so building the actual monument. You simply take the monument that you previously planned by spending resources and place it on the board pursuant to certain rules. And again, some strategy how you place it, because you might try to go for adjacent buildings, you might try to go for buildings in the same segment of river, and so on. That brings me 1 second to another topic partly connected. Also, when you place laborers, I haven't said it before, but laborers are divided in 3 types with 3 different colors, each one corresponding to a resource. There are, of course, the red one, there are laborers that can be put only in parcels of land that provide bricks, and the tan color, the tan laborer that can be placed only on farms, on parcels of land that provides for grain, and then there are the grey ones, bluish one, yeah, grey ones, that are the stone cutters that can be placed only in parcels of land that produce stones. Another option is the market. At any time, of course, on your turn, your action can be trading resources according to what the
exchange.
The exchange rate is for the type of resource. For instance, with 1 stone you can get 2 grains, with 2 bricks 2 grains, and so on. Other option is hiring, and this is crucial, hiring an extra laborer, an extra worker. By simply paying 2 resources, 2 of any resources, can be 2 grains, 1 grain, 1 brick, whatever. We suggest grain because grain is cheaper than other resources. By paying 2 resources, you get an extra laborer from the laborer pool, which is the one that was created by the regent at the beginning of this season. So there is a lot of strategy there too, because you see what an option you have there. And that's another thing. While laborers are assigned randomly, you get a chance to correct whatever component of luck that was there by hiring an extra laborer from the laborer pool. And final action, you can also create a caravan. There are 2 caravan sections in the board. Pretty much the mechanism is the same. You place any laborer on the caravan. If you are the first one, you also place your exclusive camel token, meaning that you are the leader of the caravan, and you take the resources indicating this section of the caravan. If an opponent plays and occupy the second and last section of the caravan, he will take the resources and then pay you one of the resources he's gotten. He will pay to you because you are the leader of the caravan. If you are leading a caravan on one side of the river, you cannot lead it on the other side of the river. So that's another interesting action, because unlike others, it gives you a mix of resources, not just one. So these are the main actions. As you build buildings, monuments, you immediately get glory points. So when you get added bonus. At the end of the season though, you get extra bonus for adding a set of 3 adjacent monuments, adding 4 monuments in the same segment of the river, and so on. Those are the rules. Many options, but very simple.
Yeah.
Alright, pros and cons.
Okay, the pros. It is a quick German.
It's true.
Yeah.
For once, a quick German. Relatively quick, of course.
Yeah.
It's not a 20-minute game.
Of course, but it's a satisfying game because
yes.
Although it's relatively short, it's a complete German experience.
Exactly. Complete German experience without spending 4 hours and squeezing your brain and you're like, oh my god, who are you? Okay, that's a pro.
Since you do one action and then another player does one action.
Continuous interaction between players, and that's a characteristic of all their games, the Magic games. There is always an interaction between, so like you do quick turn, and you're always there to see, oh, man is taking that, oh man is building there, because as I was saying, each building has 3 cartouches that can be used, is a setting of resources to be used to build that type of building. If somebody occupies it, you cannot build the same type of building with that specific setting. You have to move to another one, so there is a lot of interaction. It's not passive, you don't do your own thing, right?
And that's why it is important to be the first player, because you get to choose something and other players can do your same choice that season. Yes.
So variable options and straightforward strategy, like you were saying. Yeah, so like you were saying, exactly that. We know how to win the game. There are many ways to win the game, to get to that point, but we know what point we are aiming for. It's not like other games that you can go completely that road or that road and see what happens.
Other games.
Exactly. High quality components.
Yeah, there's a strong theme. The Egyptian theme is very strong, it's very well done.
The pharaoh's barge token that moves along the river and signs the passage of terms and the possibilities for your laborers to collect and harvest resources. That's pretty awesome. And the cars, they give you the vibe. The art, like you said, it's effective, right? And there are all laborers. I mean, it really puts you in the mood. The boom cars with the goddess and gods.
Invoke the power of the god.
Yes, exactly. Any cons?
Any cons? The draft. The fact that you have to draft the laborer from a bag. It's maybe some player won't like this because
it's a small component that is out of control.
Yeah, you don't have full control on that part, although you can of course build by additional laborers, so
to compensate that.
Yeah, but maybe some player want to have everything in control, but I like actually this little part of luck.
Other cons?
Other cons, what else?
Well, maybe we set it as a pro because for us it's a pro, the fact that there is one victory condition. Build monument and get points. and many ways to accomplish it. But other people might be like, hey, I want a game that...
I want to win by doing other things.
Yes. Yes.
Well.
Alright, so we got it. Let's say your final rating here, from 0 to 10. Think about it.
8.5, I think.
Woohoo!
It's a very good game, yeah.
Yes.
I don't usually like Germans, but this is a very easy to play also for players which are not experienced with German games. So I think it's a game I would like to play more and more.
Alright, thank you Verbir. Totally agree. It's a great game. So thank you guys for the game. I'm getting like a little too old for to do this stuff. Thank you guys for watching us. Thank you guys there. Thank you Davey for this amazing game. Top notch. I personally don't like Germans. I love this game, so thank you. Thank you Big Brain for being here again. My mentor, my master. That sounds kinky. Okay, no master. My good friend. Antonio, aka, oh my god, I need to sleep more. Antonio, aka the Evil Beer, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
ITeachHerSheWins, thank you for watching it, guys.
Bye bye.
Check it out, Sailing Toward Osiris.
Bravi.
Tu guarda la versione, io guardo dove guarda.
Ok, wait,
Quando vede che lanci la battuta mi dice hai baciato la mamma della figlia senza sua autorizzazione.
Quando, poi
Okay, try that again. What did you do to my daughter? I feel great. You're the one who's gonna be... Nah, shit. If one day I were to die, Evil Beard will be my successor, and that's a really long line. One more time.